Sports serve society by providing vivid examples of excellence. That's a quote by George F. Will. I can also add that it even serves by detailing the will to turn some failures into achievements. It's International Day of Sports for Development and Peace, presenting a global opportunity to acknowledge and, of course, appreciate how sports and physical activities are actively reshaping lives. We want to help you forge those attitudes of excellence in today's show. Our first stop is on the ground with some gymnasts. More is set to unfold, and I'm Theodore Henry, welcoming you to Jamaica Magazine.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, April 6. Jamaica is on track to return to pre-COVID-19 visitor arrival levels by 2023. That's a forecast issued by Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett on Tuesday as he opened the sectoral debate in the House of Representatives. Minister Bartlett says in 2023 he expects the island to receive 4.1 million visitors, which will translate to $4.2 billion in foreign exchange earnings. The minister says the country is currently at 72% of 2019 figures, having welcomed 925,000 visitors and earned $1.17 billion in the first few months of the year. With the impending April 15 removal of entry requirements, he says the island will see even greater inflows.
As the global spread of COVID-19 lessens, removing travel-related quarantines and travel authorization requirements, I think, are essential steps towards loosening our travel restrictions. We are certain that updated entrance requirements will strengthen the appeal of Jamaica as a travel destination of choice, allowing the tourism sector and the wider economy to continue to recover.
Jamaica is projected to close 2022 with 2.9 million stopover visitors and revenues of $3.5 billion. In the meantime, Minister Bartlett says the tourism industry's labor force is also experiencing a rebound. The sector lost 130,000 workers during the pandemic. Now, data from the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin, shows that the total tourism labor force for October 2021 was 153,200, 89% of the 2019 figure.
I'm very pleased to advise that the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association is estimating now that 90% of the workers of the industries have been brought back into full-time in the accommodation subsector alone, and 70% of the workers in the attraction subsector are back on the job.
Still on tourism, beginning this month, TUI Belgium will start operating 2 direct flights each week between Brussels and Montego Bay. TUI Netherlands, meanwhile, will operate 1 direct flight per week between Amsterdam Schiphol International Airport and Montego Bay. And between November this year and March 2023, Ving will restart direct flights from Stockholm, Sweden to Jamaica. In Parliament Tuesday, Minister Edmund Bartlett said Frontier Airlines was expected to begin a new service on May 5 with 12 flights per week from various USA gateways to Jamaica. 2 to 3 weekly direct flights from Denver, Colorado are also set to come on stream later this year.
We are looking to new markets, and we are also looking to new destinations. And I want to make the point, Jamaica puts itself now in a unique and special position in the Caribbean, in that we are the only country in the English-speaking with 3 international airports.
The new routes will add to American Airlines' plan to begin 2 weekly non-stop flights between Miami and Ian Fleming International Airport in November of this year. In other news, the government's interim guidelines on the restriction of sugary beverages in schools has found support among youth advocates and researchers. At a recent JIS think tank, the Jamaica Youth Advocacy Network, JIAN, and the University of the West Indies Caribbean Institute for Health Research, CARE, endorsed the guideline to reduce sugary beverage consumption in schools.
We fully support the continuation of even the interim beverage guidelines and what has already been happening in schools, where schools are actively promoting more water, more fruit, less of those sugary drinks.
The guidelines, which were created by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Ministry of Education, were first implemented on January 1, 2019. Sugar-sweetened beverages were banned if they exceeded the maximum 6 grams of sugar per 100 milliliter. It will further be reduced to 2.5 grams come January 1, 2023. The work continues with the implementation of the National School Nutrition Standards being developed by the Ministry of Health and the National School Nutrition Policy being developed by the Ministry of Education. And finally, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has sought to clarify Jamaica's candidature of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith for Commonwealth Secretary General. The post, now held by Baroness Patricia Scotland of Dominica, will be up for re-election at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting to be held in Rwanda from June 20 to 25. In Parliament Tuesday, Mr. Holness said Jamaica put forward a candidate after being approached by several Commonwealth members to put up a nominee from CARICOM. He reasoned that support for the current Secretary General was never unanimous, and therefore a candidate like Minister Johnson-Smith would bring unity, accountability, and focus to the leadership of the body.
We believe that Jamaica's candidature, a Caribbean candidate, is good for the region and the wider Commonwealth. We are providing an alternative in response to persisting issues and the strong positive response to consultations on Minister Johnson-Smith's candidacy. Against this background, there is no need to position our decision as controversial or divisive. It is never Jamaica's intention to seek to divide our CARICOM family.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Without a doubt, tourism is Jamaica's #1 industry, and our dedicated workers are its greatest asset. Jamaica would not be the heartbeat of the world without you. As the industry rebounds from the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, we truly need all hands on deck, yours included. Vaccination holds the hope for tourism's full recovery. In addition to COVID-19 protocols, it is the only comprehensive way to fight the pandemic and save lives. I am therefore urging every worker in the tourism and hospitality industry, in all the subsectors, including accommodation, attractions, entertainment, transportation, and craft, to do your part and get vaccinated. Do it for yourself, your family, your workplace, and your community. Do it for Jamaica, land we love. Stay safe. Get vaccinated.
The sport of gymnastics requires balance, strength, agility, coordination, and much discipline. These are certainly skills that could easily help with our self-development. We now give you a look at how persons are using the sport to help the mind and the body.
Gymnastics was developed in ancient Greece as a method to prepare men for warfare. Let that sink in for a bit. Today, the sport is not about military might, but it still pushes the human body to optimal fitness and flexibility. It's also, of course, no longer limited to males and is accommodating to both the young and older. Oh, and you don't need to be in Greece to enjoy what gymnastics has to offer. Right here at home, the National Gymnastics Federation of Jamaica, which enjoys funding support from Government Sports Development Foundation, recognizes 9 member organizations. One of them is Nishida's Gymnastics.
Hi, this is Nishida. and I am the owner and the head coach of Nishida Gymnastics. We are the gymnastics school operated in Jamaica, Kingston, and Montego Bay, Maypen, and Mandeville. We have been in operation since 2008.
There are two ways in which people can get engaged in gymnastics: recreational and competitive. Recreational gymnastics caters to anyone who wants to learn the skills in a fun, safe, and structured environment. Competitive gymnastics offers participants the opportunity to learn at the highest level and compete in international competitions. Whichever path the gymnast takes comes with a host of benefits.
Gymnastics is a sport that challenges the child in many different ways.
It helps them physically, right? Fitness, it helps them coordination, balance. It helps them mentally to focus. Most kids are focused, and most kids that tend to do really well in school, gymnastics helps them a lot. Some kids that come in, they're shy, and then gymnastics help them to build that self-confidence. Help them to speak up, right from wrong sometimes, because we teach discipline in our class as well.
One of the best ways for children and young people to experience the benefits of gymnastics is by getting involved in fun and interactive summer camps.
In our summer camp, we have gymnastics as main activities, and we also do performing art and craft, and academic work. As beginners participating in our camp, first thing we do is, of course, building the body, conditionings, in a fun-based activities. It's not going to be like 10 times push-up, 10 times sit-ups, but more fun-based activities. And also we teach floor basics like rollover, split, jumps, and different tumbling skills. And also we have the bars, trampoline, which is also different from floor, but more, flipping kind of fun exercise.
My favorite is the bars because this might sound weird, but I like it because I'm not that good at it, because I'm trying to do more stuff and learn more stuff.
Whilst recreational programs such as gymnastics summer camps are fitting for anyone, competitive gymnastics, on the other hand, requires a much higher level of maturity, commitment, and hard work. They know that well at Nishida's.
From all the branches, we have a small squad working towards the international competition and possibly world-class championships, such as world championships, hopefully Olympic Games, those kind of big games. So those kids train roughly about 20 hours, up to 20 hours per week, which is like 4 hours every day, almost every day. They are doing a program called the USA Gymnastics program, which is not really globally, but it is an international program that is used in the North America, South America, and Central America.
Hi, my name is Sarah Mongalsing. Welcome to Nishida's Gymnastics, Mandeville.
Sarah started like 4 to 5 years ago. She started move up drastically to junior, to NGL stars, and now she's at the USAG level. Sarah received a Golden Gymnast Award. That's for grading, to see how well she has been doing throughout the term. She have received like a lot of medals, first place medals. She have received Gymnast of the Term the other day. She have received international medals. She was even placed 4th internationally out of 65 gymnasts overseas. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Corinne. Welcome to Nishida's Gymnastics, Montego Bay.
Corinne has been progressing so well from where she started to where she is now. She's actually training for level 5 USAG, in which she has her overseas competition coming up in January at Orlando. Now and then we have basically like an in-house Olympics in which she received the strongest gymnast award. She received also the most flexible gymnast award. Also, she's actually a part of the Jamaica national team now.
Though gymnastics has proven to be quite beneficial for both recreational and competitive gymnasts, it is important to note that there are inherent risks in the sport that can only be controlled and kept to a minimum with proper supervision and coaching best practices. Once gymnasts and coaches are able to exercise safety at all times, the benefits for participants are endless.
I learned patience because, sometimes it's not your day, so you have to wait until it's your day and you have to keep working hard to achieve success.
I've seen a lot of improvement and hard work and self-motivation. She's presently here at Nishida's, 3 years now. The kids here at Nishida always look up to her. She's very hardworking.
What I've learned through gymnastics is that it teaches you confidence, because if it wasn't for gymnastics, I would be standing right here, right now, giving this speech, this interview. So I would say it has really given me confidence. It has really taught me, discipline. It has a lot of fundamental values to it. And I would say one more thing is, hard work really pays off. And once you stick to it and consistency, you'll make it.
If you're interested in finding a recreational or competitive sport this school year, gymnastics is definitely a fun and fulfilling option for you.
As you've seen, some are good at gymnastics, while other Jamaicans are making an impact in the creative space. Here's a look at government's Paint Up Your Space project and how local artists are going around painting the town beautiful.
After getting your fresh produce at the Coronation Market, make your way through the busy and bustling streets of downtown Kingston to the edge of the 7th largest natural harbor in the world. What you'll find is an art haven of bright, beautiful, breathtaking murals. Welcome to the Arts Page. You're in for a visual treat. Art has the power to revive, and through this, the once abandoned-looking buildings in downtown Kingston now don freshly painted murals, transforming the area into an artistic hub abuzz with admirers.
My mural depicts a representation of children in the inner city or from the inner city, from inner city communities that face challenging circumstances such as poverty, single parenting, and this shrunken ability to make positive decisions or choices. With that, the mural also depicts through the use of bright colors and the use of playful organic shapes and lines. It depicts this sense of hope and possibilities for change.
My mural is the big green mural with the women and the mushrooms. It's really about sexual coercion and sexual harassment and how these incidents can have long-lasting effects on women as they go through their lives. I kind of show that the idea with the mushrooms and how the mushrooms growing from them are like a parasite and how these issues can affect them.
Ubuntu, I am because we are. This is what I chose to depict for my new mural for Water Lane, and it really just shows the contrast and complement of Jamaica and Africa. So this mural, I wanted to show the difference just between, I guess, our mindset of how we see ourselves and who we were really called to be. So it shows your man and woman, which is your king and your queen, and then also a woman with the baby at her breast, epitomizing just the strength of a woman, and with the basket on her head, a bucket or basket of water. So water is life, woman being the life giver. But it shows even more, the great blue mountains, quote unquote, that's Jamaica, the highest peak. It goes further up, the giraffe, which most people know by now is my spirit animal, but it's also a gentle giant.
What we're trying to do is to remove that stigma and help us to see the beauty of downtown. Downtown Kingston is very, very special. It has a lot of assets through its heritage, its history.
Transforming and rebranding downtown Kingston is the mission of Kingston Creative, a nonprofit arts organization.
We're founded in about 2017, and we're really centered around creative people. So our theory is that if you can empower the amount of creative people we have in Jamaica and enable them to succeed, they will then in turn employ people from their families, their communities, and together we'll get, growth in our creative economy. We'll have a healthy creative ecosystem.
You can take a stroll down Water Lane to fully experience, grasp, and get lost in the stories on the wall.
So we've partnered with the KSAC and with the Tourism Enhancement Fund and the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport. And we're developing this walkway that goes east-west. It connects our National Gallery on Orange Street, and then you walk along Water Lane and it connects you back with our museums that are on East Street. So it's a natural progression. We used to just walk up and down this lane as we're going on our art walk. And then we started talking to the owners and creating these murals. And now we have about 65 new murals in downtown that we've created since 2018.
Artists and other creatives can also benefit from a creative hub and other initiatives. This includes the recently concluded Catapult program, an emergency grant for creatives.
It allowed creatives to go on an artist residency for 2 months and they were paid $3,000 US. It allowed them to put their work online and they're paid $500 US. It really was a process of giving creatives grants so they could continue creating during the pandemic. We reached over 1,210 creatives in 26 different countries across the region with this partnership with the American Friends of Jamaica. It was our biggest grant to date. We've just signed a $1.295 million US partnership with the IDB. This is a 3-year partnership to explore what happens at the intersection of creativity and technology.
Kingston Creatives is also a new member of the Global Cultural Districts Network and is listed among others such as Paris, London, and Dubai. Thanks to the efforts and partnership of Kingston Creative, downtown Kingston is well on its way to become a vibrant art district and a space for people to really enjoy our rich culture.
In our next feature, advice for parents and guardians and how they can practice good parenting.
Wouldn't it be great if children came into the world so well adjusted or with manuals, therefore eliminating the need for parental discipline? This is not the case, however. Parents usually apply their methods or they depend on strategies taught throughout generations to guide their children.
8 in 10 Jamaican children in the 2 to 14 years age group experience violence as a form of discipline.
Coercive parenting involves the physical administration of pain as punishment. It also includes the use of harsh language that has the potential to hurt children's feelings and affect their general self-esteem and development. It also fosters aggression because what you're really teaching children is that when there is an issue, we must resolve the issue through harshness, through aggression, through coarse language. There's a direct correlation between coercive parenting and the aggression that we see actually in society.
Damaging disciplinary practices have moved outside of the home and into the national consciousness.
The time has come for the Parliament to have a debate on this issue and finally declare corporal punishment at an end, both within public institutions and as a means of discipline available to parents. I think it would be a forward-leaning step in making a stance against violence generally, and it would send a powerful message about the state respecting the inviolability of the person, whether or not that person is a child or an adult.
Children need guidance, and many wonder if not with the rod, then how? Enter the National Parenting Support Commission (NPSC), an agency of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. The ministry established the commission in 2012 to provide parents with the requisite skills and tools to raise children.
We work at 3 tiers. We work at home, school and community. Our first and most important priority, however, is to ensure that we're fostering the home-school relationship. We must ensure that parents as key stakeholders feel involved in the entire process of educating their children.
Now, to do this, the Commission assists parents in several ways, including providing psychosocial support, assisting parents with understanding the teaching-learning process, and conducting parenting education programs.
Through our effective parenting courses, we push proactive strategies. In other words, you are going to put structures in place before behaviors that you don't desire actually show.
Parents and guardians should consider the child's developmental stage when determining the best method of guidance.
A child who is very young, we encourage play. The child must be playing, and even the teaching learning processes must include play, because this is how they develop their imagination, their creative skills. This is how they also learn to resolve issues and to problem solve.
Young children, especially infants, are at the stage where they don't know right from wrong, and they can be impulsive. They may touch items that are valuable or dangerous. Usually, it is best to remove the child or the object from such a situation.
We don't believe you're to spank any at all, because that's a part of coercive parenting, and we don't believe that coercive parenting works. So what we encourage you to do, though, is to be firm and to be consistent. So if it means you have to say, do this instead, or do not go there a million times, then that's what you have to be prepared to do.
The teenage years can challenge both children and parents. With the physical and chemical changes happening in the body, teens may act out as they may be unsure of their place in the world.
This can be a very difficult time to navigate. So we ask that you start relaxing some of the very stringent rules, and you also have conversations and you compromise.
And to address challenges, caregivers can remove privileges.
If the child becomes stubborn, has a fixed mindset, if you will, that this is what he or she is going to continue to do, then you might need professional help. You might need to call the commission, or you might need to call a social worker or a guidance counselor to help.
Being a proactive parent means setting clear boundaries, letting children know what is acceptable behaviors and why rules are in place. And don't forget to model behaviors you want young ones to display. There may not be a one-size-fits-all for raising children. By assessing the right information and using effective parenting techniques, we can nurture adults willing to play their part in making Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. To tap into information from the National Parenting Support Commission, call 876-967-7977 or visit their offices at 37 Arnold Road, Kingston 6.
Champions keep playing until they get it right. That's Billie Jean King. We hope that somehow, through today's journey, we reignited or encouraged the spirit of championship, or just the will to champion good causes. We have much more planned for you tomorrow, so let's meet back right here at the same time. Until then, watch some past episodes, features, and news packages on our YouTube channel. Also, you can visit the JIS's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages for more information. From all of us here at the JIS, I'm Theodore Henry. See you soon.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.